I didn't become an entrepreneur because I had some grand vision for my career. I became an entrepreneur because I simply do not make a good employee. I spent years in corporate America, specifically in social media, and it was one of the most draining experiences of my professional life. Not because the work was hard, but because the work was never really about the work. It was convincing this executive why ABC campaign needed more budget. It was sitting in meetings where people who have never made a piece of content in their life would have tens and thousands of opinions about the content calendar. It was being the most digitally fluent person in the room, having people rely on me for said fluency, and still having to prove the value of my work mattered. And the thing about it is, I never really mastered the art of managing up. Baby, that was not my strong suit. And the tea is, I didn't feel like I should have to master it. Corporate America has an unspoken rule. You have to make people understand the work without making them feel like they don't understand the work. And as pretentious as it may sound, I just didn't feel like I should have to perform competence to people who I felt were less competent than me, especially when it didn't always guarantee the outcome I wanted. I even remember a time where I spent weeks working on an organic social media campaign that brought in so much visibility for the brand. I brought in hella engagements and impressions, we got thousands of followers within weeks, and I brought in some extra money for the brand in the form of $20,000 in revenue. Not bad. And yes, younger me did think that justified a raise and a promotion. Now, did I get said raise and promotion? Hell no. And that's because no one gave a fuck. Which really just means reach, impressions, revenue weren't a priority for my leadership at the time. And it be like that sometimes. So instead of learning how to play the corporate America game, I left the game and created my own space to play. By the way, I got shit to promote. If you are a social media pro who is having a hard time making the case to leadership who just doesn't get it, then you need to come to my Chronically Online Virtual Social Media Summit. On June 30th, Social Media Day, I am bringing together some of my favorite social media professionals to give practical advice on how to advocate for yourself and the work. And this will be one of many topics that we're discussing. If you want to come to the function, check out my caption for the details. So the thing about entrepreneurship that I didn't expect is that it would still require me to do a lot of the politicking and the managing up. When I'm supporting my clients, I'm still having to push for doing the work the right way, trusting the strategy, and creative risk-taking. These days, I have a lot more success with getting what I want, but that's because time and experience are great teachers. Now I have the skills to build relationships with internal advocates, get the resources I need, and do it all while maintaining my sanity. So I say all that to say, no, I still don't think I make a good employee, but I've made peace with that.